All right, we are live. How's it going, you beautiful people? I'm Cobalt GM, and we're about to start our very next live stream session, session 6 of Esper Genesis by Alligator Alley Entertainment. Before we begin, let me introduce my players. We have the beautiful, dark, lovely... playing Arcesian Princess Aura. And she get to munch on some good food, and now I'm hungry. This may not be a long session, y'all, because she's making me hungry. But next we have the awesome Alloy.
Alloy!
Playing our Ashen Forge Warrior Argus. Next we have the magnificent Master Draco.
Hey!
Playing the Volna Hunter Rylan Brave Stride. We have the terrific Tonto Tomahawk.
Good day.
Playing the fire-blooded Promethean Sagaristio. Lastly, we have the Titanic Typhoon 44.
Damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead.
Playing the Earthborn Human Captain Jonathan T. Archer. Also, I want to give a special shout out to Steve, Felicia, Justin, Riley, James Nash, Matt Click, the team at Absolute Tabletop. Very supportive of this. Thank you guys. Old Dudes D&D, RGB RPGs, Roll20 Dad, Aaron Cameron, Aiden, and our very own Nicole. We thank you so much. All right. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And now that things are set, Master Draco, Rylan Brave Stride, please grace us with another awesome recap.
Let's start on motherfucking Val.
Come on with it.
Like, right out the get-go, he's cussing.
Look, be you, all right? Look, this is why we roleplay, to be us as other people, all right? Do you. Come on now.
All right. Truck was down. We had Sagaristio working on the truck. A swarm of rodents showed up, blasted those to hell and back. Then some cackling, what are they called? Pretty much hyenas.
Cackle hounds.
Cackle hounds. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And they're pretty tough, but we're fighting those off while Sagaristio was doing maintenance. Argus came in like a badass from hell, wiped the floor with a couple of them, and just annihilated.
Definitely.
After cleaning that up, a couple of us get in the nice fancy ride that Argus has, and the rest gets in the truck, and we continue our convoy to the outpost. I don't remember the outpost name or what number it is, but the outpost 3.
Yeah. Yes.
Outpost 3.
Yes, it is the Wild Watchers Outpost 3. Good job. And this is from memory too, dude. You don't know how impressed I am. I have Dory memory. Go ahead.
It's okay. I can't. Is it Fast Fang or something? Fat Fang? Fat Fang? Yeah.
It was Lean Fang was his clan name, but unfortunately he was a fat cheetah like Volna.
Oh god, this is Cutlet all over again.
So, yeah. Anyway, so Toji's driving truck. We're driving in the nice luxury hover vehicle. We get up there, and well, from our perspective, we did see I don't remember what the creature's name, but pretty much like a flying squirrel tiger doing its mating ritual.
Oh yes, yes.
As Argus and Raylan are talking, and then that gives some time for the rest of the party to have their conversations, and on the way there, we find out Toji is being sought out by Fat Fang to be a bride.
Oh yeah.
And she doesn't want to do that.
She don't want to be that thing.
Yeah, she don't want to do it. And so Princess Aura and her had some words about that, and that led into her flooring the truck, driving in some massive circles, and almost running into Fat Fang. But Captain Archer decided to save him.
Yeah.
Can't have dead officials.
Well,
He is
tell
so
that to
right.
Pelavaro.
Well, you know.
If you guys want to know
There
more
are
about
exceptions.
Pelivaro, check out season 1.
Remus had a little bit of a problem with that, but Prince Sora got him talked down and not to slaughter Tochi. Or is it Tochi or Toji? What is it?
Tucci, I thought.
Tucci.
To-
It is Tucci.
Tucci.
Yes.
Okay. And while they are having their words, Archer goes with Lean Fang, Fat Fang, to talk money. He strong arms the hell out of him. Tochi shows up. He started being very disrespectful. So he got a gun to the back of his head. You know, very, very passive ways of dealing with it. And then, we were, Raylan saw our shit talking Remus, like the normal. And then that led into a sparring match between Argus and Remus.
Yes.
The dice did not favor me.
Yeah, the dice did not favor you.
I know what that feels like.
But after that, we were getting ready, and we dropped off the Glogs.
Yes.
After all that, we were getting ready to head to my village encampment tribal area for a feast.
Indeed. Excellent recap. All right, you're going to be starting off with 2 inspiration. Everybody's going to be starting off with 1. All right, and oh my heavens, even though on my end of things the chat runs a little bit late, we got Nicole on the chat. How's it going, my dear? All
What's
right.
up, everyone?
Oh, cool. We hear her in the background. What's up, girl? Okay.
Looks like Steve just hopped on, so him and the missus should be here too.
Yeah. You know what? For me, it's a packed house, and I'm loving it. Thank you again, Master Draco / Rylan Bravestrive for the recap. Is there anything that anyone else would like to add?
No, I think he got it pretty well on my end.
He really did.
What's his name? Really struggled against the Cackle Hounds, the Sentinel dude.
Remus, yes.
Yeah, he was not having a good time against those.
This is true.
Our poor essay, the Hispanic drone with his, I guess, safari drone.
Safari drone. He went tally-ho.
Yes,
Went tally-ho and got crushed by some giant robotic thing, if I remember right.
Yes, so that was the after credit scene that was described after last week's live stream was over, and so even our audience here doesn't know about that. But yes, you are so right. After the entire battle with the Cackle Hounds in the woods, after you guys left that area, Sakaricio just happened to kind of have left his little drone behind that he was using to bonk one of the Cackle Hounds. But after the entire situation was over at Outpost 3 and you guys were on your way towards the home village of Rylan Bravestride, a large, metallic, red chromed hand came out of nowhere and crushed Sakaricio's little safari drone. What does that mean? We're not sure. Perhaps we'll find out today. But if that is all, are we ready to jump into tonight's session of Esper Genesis?
Feet first, yeet!
Feet first! That's what I like to hear. Argus, you juiced?
Yes.
Sakaricio, you juiced?
I'm pizza, but yes.
Ooh, no, being
You can
pizza
juice
is very
pizza.
good. I didn't
I
know.
could juice pizza, but I don't have a juicer.
Blender would work.
Well, it's all right. If your pizza gets a little bit too cold, one of our rich friends has an air fryer that you might be able to use. But that's a different story. We're not going to get into it.
My roommates have an air fryer.
See, I'm not the only one.
Oh,
See?
okay.
Here's the thing. I have roommates. I'm not rich. They are. They have the house.
Okay.
See, I don't even have that.
I'm just their basement dweller. They're pocket native.
Oh,
goblin, if you would.
The troll under the stairs.
I make sure other white people don't come on their land.
Is that why I haven't been invited over since last summer?
That, and we've just been too busy to have people over.
Well, there we go. We ain't got explanations galore. All right, let's get into this before we start to get into some other fishier territory. All right. But yes, my players, cast your minds away from riches and air fryers and this current present time and cast them into the future of Esper Genesis.
Question?
Oh, sure.
What's a future air fryer?
A future air fryer is a Saurian sustenance generator.
Yeah, so picture it kind of like a 3D printer and a microwave all at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
It builds your food layer by layer and cooks it all at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
That was jacked from Fifth Element, for sure. 100%.
Well, Fifth Element is like one of the best sci-fi movies that for some reason hasn't been expanded. I don't know why.
Lilu Dallas
Star
Multipass.
Trek did it better with the replicator.
Multipass.
Multipass.
Multipass. I actually do have one.
All right.
Loot Crate.
All right. Oh, if only I could sing like Home Chick, the blue woman. Oh man, that'd be great. But anyway, let us get on with it because I started. I know I shouldn't have said something. Actually, that wasn't bad, Alloy. That wasn't bad. I'm impressed. I didn't know you had a singing voice.
I do better with bass than I do with high pitches, but it also depends on the song. Continue.
Okay.
I'm not
Yeah,
singing
yeah,
on
yeah.
screen.
Yeah.
I'm ready to escape my existence.
It's all right. We're gonna force him to be a bard next time we do something fantasy based.
I do stand-up poetry.
Even better. Okay. But Esper Genesis. Esper Genesis. Esper Genesis. Ahem. All right. We last left off with all of you traveling to the home village of Rythan Bravestride upon his homeworld of Vol, which is highly forested, and where there isn't forest, there are jungles, and where there are not jungles, there are plains. But either way, life is abundant once again upon Vol. Bravestride and a few others who are knowledgeable about galactic lore would know that it wasn't always so on this planet. A horrible biovirus wrecked this world long ago. And even to this day, there are areas and people, Volna, that are still recovering. But that is not the case where you all are currently headed. As you guys in your hover vehicles are traveling over the fallen trees and through the bushes and brush, looking at the magnificent, beautiful, currently peaceful greenery and verdant jungles and forests of Vol. A few hours, you find yourselves at a village that Bravestride lets you know is called Gal Kahume. This tribal village, filled to the brim of Volna, is nestled within the lush and vibrant jungles of Vol. It is a sight to behold. As you all enter its boundaries, a sense of harmony and connection to nature just permeates the air. The village is a testament to the Volna culture, reflecting their deep reverence for the natural world and their ancestral traditions. Though not too much technology can be seen, you can spot it here and there. Mostly they're using it for, I don't want to say tourist sakes, seeing as how most of the Volna are able to clearly see in the darkest of conditions. But it seems they have used technology to make their village of Gal Kahume more hospitable for those that are not Volna. The dwellings of the Gal Kahume are constructed with materials sourced from the surrounding forests, blending seamlessly with the environment. Wooden structures adorned with intricate carvings and vibrant textiles created a visual, stunning, inviting atmosphere. The village is nestled amidst towering trees and blooming vegetation, with the gentle rustling of leaves and the chorus of exotic birds serving as a constant soundtrack. Paths wind through this village, guiding visitors to various communal areas. A central gathering space serves as a hub for storytelling and dances and other cultural activities. Colorful banners depicting the symbols of the Valna clans flutter in the breeze, while the air itself is filled with meaty and sweet aromas, and your ears are slowly being filled with the sounds and rhythms of tribal music.
Boom, chicka, 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 boom, chicka.
You see that this village is not only a dwelling place for the Valna, but also a center of wisdom. As you guys are circling around to an area where you're able to effectively park your hover vehicles, you guys did spot a sacred grove nearby. From the looks of it, it seems to hold ancient secrets, as well as a spiritual significance for the Valna. Once again, that feeling of reverence pervades the air, inviting both residents and visitors to seek guidance and solace within its mystical depths. But as your vehicles begin to power down and all of you exit them, Brave Stride, you, in a way, are home. Tell me, what do you do?
I'll sniff the air.
Oh yeah, you take in that deep breath. While you've gotten intimately familiar with the smells of artificially generated atmosphere and air from various vehicles and space stations that you've been on, there is nothing like the scent of Gal Kahume. It's tinged with that scent of home, of friends, of family, of peace, of exercise, of memories, of times you've pissed off some people, certain things set on fire.
Yeah.
Good times.
What kids do.
Yes, sure. While at the same time, you're able to also catch that scent from the nearby river. And that too brings back memories of fishing, swimming, splashing, saving others from drowning while being saved yourself sometimes.
But I'll never admit it.
Of course not. These are just memories that are currently flowing through your own consciousness right now. As the rest of your group closing doors, maybe getting out some equipment, right now they're just witnessing you standing in front of all the hover vehicles. Arms out and spread, head up, breathing deep. The trail circles from your left and winds around and goes down into Galkahume, and down below you're able just to see a buzz of activity.
Walk up behind him,
off
to the side, set my hand on his shoulder, and just nonchalantly, what the hell's that smell?
Oh,
Gee, I'm sorry.
it's all right. I'm sorry, you will never have this deep connection.
With that, Remus, the Kesh Sentinel, he is of course the first one to get out of the vehicle, and he extends a hand to help you down, Princess / High Priestess Aura. He looks over the area carefully. High Priestess, once again, stay close to me.
Well, I understand that you're scared and you have social anxiety. But do we really need to be joined at the hip?
I am not scared. I possess no fear such as that. I do not possess social anxiety. I cause the society to be anxious. I am in charge of your well-being. And though we are currently allies with the Volna, there is fighting amongst them. You are a potential vital target.
Pull up my tablet, look up social skills for dummies, and flick it over to him.
All right. With that, his bracer on his arm kind of flickers to let him know he has an incoming message. He kind of looks at it, looks at you, Jonathan T. Archer, brings it up, looks at the header.
I would walk away.
But I am a sentinel of the Kesh. I have been trained how to behave amongst royalty. I will know my way around these furry creatures. Sagaristio,
Yo.
as you're exiting the hover vehicles and taking in the beautiful smells and the rhythmic music, tell me, what are you doing?
Well, I actually haven't seen another species like this. Like, obviously I've seen Velna, but I haven't actually been to Val.
Right.
So, yeah, good chance to kind of look around, look things over. And, you know what? I'll actually get on my communicator and send a message to Kurita asking her if she's ever, you know, witnessed things like this in her travels.
Right. Are you going for holo communications, text only, audio only?
No, we'll go with holo communications.
Awesome. And so with that, you go ahead and you bring up a hologram, and immediately it's projecting from your wrist, but she appears in front of you, and she is like, oh! The image is so much clearer on the holo. And then she looks about, and she's looking down. She's like, it's amazing. Most of them are wearing loincloths and simple clothing, but there's a few that are wearing more modern spacesuits. And then she turns, what were you thinking, Saga? All right, really? You were going to wrestle a cacklehound? Really?
Yeah. Well, I thought it'd be fun.
Vicious animal trying to tear your face off, and your first thought is, I'm gonna hug it.
Yeah.
Oh, she's
Real
never seen what
soul of
boot
a
camp's like.
Velna.
She's never seen what boot camp was like.
All right. She goes ahead, she walks up to you, and she tries to like grab your shoulders, but of course she can't because she's just a hologram. She goes, I was looking through your eyes. Do you know how terrifying that was? All of a sudden, here you are looking at parts and pieces and hover units, and all of a sudden, here I go,
Meow.
flying towards this beast that's trying to kill you.
I mean, that's just Tuesdays for us, to be honest.
You didn't even get
Besides-
cleaned up. There is still blood and viscera on you. Look, it's there, it's there, it's there, and it's there.
I mean, I didn't exactly have anywhere to really clean up. Cloth isn't going to really do all much.
Who the creek?
He's got the right idea. I can at least use some of my sorium to help do a deep cleanse.
Well, yeah, you have to be presentable and don't do anything embarrassing. Remember, I'm watching.
I mean, what am I going to do embarrassing? We have
Don't look at your junk!
we have Mr. Sentinel over here. He'll be all the embarrassment we need.
Once again, I have had etiquette training, decorum training, military etiquette training.
Oh, you've never been left alone in the locker room, have you?
Use the book.
I mean, how has all of that done for this one here? And then I point to Raylan.
And so with that, she, Kurita, the hologram, she turns to you and she goes, maybe you should go without them. Just saying. But, okay, all that aside, thanks. I mean, you almost scared a tinkle out of me, but it's better than just being trapped in these four walls.
Well, figure you need a little something to keep you occupied, and can't really give you all that much back on the ship, so you know what? A little adventure never killed anybody. A lot of it has, but not a little.
Saga, don't get killed. It'll break the connection.
I make no promises.
Yeah.
And then I just shut the communicator off. Like, all right, where's the streak?
Right. And that's a beautiful thing. From the current ridge you guys are on, and you're looking down across Gal Kahume, on its far south side is this beautiful rushing river that even in the brightness of day, you're able to see this green glow just emanating about a foot off the flowing water surface. The water is so clear, though, you're even from this height able to see the fish that are swimming within it. High up the stream, you're able to see a few of the Volna. Some have waded out into the water at its shallower parts with their spears. Some are in the deeper parts, throwing out their nets. In the shallower parts closer to the village, there are kids hopping around and splashing in it, along with a few Volna that are just standing there, arms crossed, watching over them. Brave Stride.
Yes.
Before you go charging over into to the river, you do happen to notice a very specific type of creature wheeling over Gal Kahume. It lets out this screech that blends in well with the ambience of the birds and of the rushing river, but you know that there's very few creatures like this. You know it as a falcodactyl.
A bird de facto?
No, a falcodactyl.
A factodactyl.
Yes,
So
a
like a
falcodactyl.
falcon pterodactyl.
There it is. And seeing how it's wheeling directly above Gal Kahume, you know that it belongs to someone. And you happen to know who that belongs to. One of the most prolific archers that Gal Kahume has ever produced. An old man now by the name of Manx. But with that, I take it you all traveled away down into Gal Kahume and threw it to the river?
Yeah. Probably get my pack washed up and presentable before I start introducing them to my tribe.
Nice. Just want to know, who has any weapons openly displayed right now?
I do.
As do I. It's kind of hard to hide two giant axes.
Yeah, I'm like, if my sniper's on my back.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of lose track of where mine are because I can just materialize them when I need, so...
Besides your rifle, right?
Oh no, I'm bonded to that. I can summon it too now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I would have my collapsible sword and shield on me, but that's, not clearly obvious.
Okay. And Aura?
I am unclear on the status of the spear and the sword, so...
Oh, most definitely. Just to clear it up, the spear you're able to summon, while the weapon hilt, the Void Edge, that you cannot. That is going to have to be hung on you somewhere. But the good news is it is just the handle and hilt. The blade currently disappeared.
You could always claim the what is it, a bident? Her weapon. It's not a trident. I thought it was like 2 points or something like that.
It's a core forged tri-edged spear of leadership.
Tri-edged spear. Yeah, you could always claim that as a religious item, and therefore it could get past customs.
But with that, it's safe to assume that Brave Stride has already gone off ahead of you guys as all of you are following him into the village. As soon as you guys leave the area where a few other hover vehicles are parked, there are a pair of two heavily high-tech armored Volna standing guard at the path that leads into Gal Kahume. As soon as you guys are walking by, immediately a device embedded into their shoulder begins to scan all of you. They cross their spears. Behind them are another pair of guards, but these are wearing more traditional leathers and more archaic weaponry. They present themselves, see Bravestride, and immediately begin smiling. But that they kind of looked at his eye. Rylan? Rylan of the Bravestride clan. Oh, look at you! And immediately they move the spears aside and come over and they give you like the huge hug.
I hug him back.
It was like, oh. How does it go? But nothing stops a Bravestride.
Ain't nothing we can't do.
Well, it's good to see. And they look at everyone else. Oh, don't tell me this is your pack.
This is my pack.
Well,
Do you have a problem with that?
you claim this bunch as your pack? We will welcome them as family. And with that, he goes ahead, he gives the gesture, and the guards kind of move away. And it was like, you've been away for forever. I mean, you have to tell me everything. What have you been up to?
That video of me on the Drake not passing around that quick?
Wait, you rode a Drake?
Yeah. Normal thing for me, you know?
Well, you know, I try to stay away from the tech. You know, it upsets the elders. Yeah. But
Them damn internuts!
now I definitely got to see it. Bravestride, you remember this man. You kind of grew up with him. You're surprised he's a guard because he was that dumb friend of the group.
That's why he's a guard.
His name is Quillos.
Quillos!
Oh man, but yeah, he's of the Flying Claw clan. Excuse me. So Quillo's Flying Claw, and immediately, you know, he starts, you know, telling you about just a bit of the minutia that's been going on lately. But who is going to the river and who is going to try to look at other things that are happening here in Gal Kahume?
Is that grove that you mentioned, the sacred one, is that like within walking distance?
Definitely.
Also, is that where I was supposed to go? I know we're supposed to find some crystal caves or something like that. Are those associated?
No.
Twilight Labyrinth.
The Twilight,
That's the one.
Yeah, the Twilight Labyrinth is actually located within the mountain ranges and ridges of Val. And so right now you guys are deep within a village in the center of a wood. And so, yeah, normally speaking, there should be nothing connected to the Twilight Labyrinth here.
Okay.
But we probably might hopefully be able to get information from an elder.
Definitely, definitely. As you guys are entering the village and slowly making your way towards the river, a few of the kids are stopping their playing. They turn, they look, and they actually wave and go right back to what they were doing. A couple of the adults kind of acknowledge you guys and go back to their various tasks, while the older Volna, they do not look at you happily. All right. They typically stop what they're doing just to stare at you guys. Since they're old, they actually do find a way to sit down somewhere and just keep an eye on you. Kind of like that paranoid cat we all kind of know about. It just stops everything it's doing and it just stares. It just... kind of rude, but what can you do about it, really?
You're wasting my air.
Effectively is the expression on their face. While that is happening, you guys also hear training happening.
Ooh, my attention immediately goes to that.
All right. There is this current kind of circular pit of dirt that some of the Val are currently practicing their grappling and hand-to-hand techniques on. High Priestess Aura, you also happen to see a company of female Volna, all of them wielding spears, and you can't tell if they're practicing their spear techniques or dancing, but them being in sync, it's both beautiful and terrifying. Immediately, a couple of the young Volna kids, they come running up, and it looks like they have necklaces for everyone. And these necklaces, they are beautiful, and at first you thought they were kind of like almost like white pearls that were kind of shaped into either claws or teeth, and then you realize, no, they're just highly polished teeth. And but it's all right. The fangs that these necklaces are composed of, they've been dulled, so you don't have to worry about it poking you, and drawing blood. But still, they immediately come to you and they gesture like, for you to bow to put them on your necks.
I bow.
Mm-hmm. Feel free to add to your inventory Gal Kahume fang necklaces.
I'm getting quite the collection of trinkets.
Mm.
Mark of Heroism, Magnetic Moon Charm, Tooth Necklace.
After being donned the necklace, I will pick up a couple of these ruffians.
Oh, I'm sorry, they don't have one for you, Brave Stride.
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah, you belong here. They're like, oh yeah, we know you. You don't get one. You ain't new.
Well, I'm going to pick up a couple of them, start playing with them.
Oh, nice. Right. Right, and they are just all a chatter, and they're like, "Oh, come play with me, come chat. Oh, let's go to the river, let's go swimming and everything. Let's catch a fish." They're like, "Well, you choked on a fish one time. Well, at least I ate it." And like the kids are just like going to town, right? While Quillos is like, "Give him some room, give him some room. It's been a while." He goes, "Okay, Rylan, I'll get back to you. We knew about the feast, but we didn't think that you were going to be here so soon. So I'm going to go check and speed things along. All right, I'll meet you back at the river."
It's just let me know when it's ready. We know my uncle. He's an old man.
Well, just because he's old doesn't mean he ain't lethal.
Oh, he always will be lethal, but he also likes to do things on his own time.
All right, I'll catch up with you. And he goes ahead and he takes off. A couple of kids follow him and like attach themselves to his leg, and he kind of like shakes them off and keeps on going. And a few of them start chasing him.
Yes. Get them, young pack.
It's like, get Quillos, come on! And they start chasing after him, and they're like finding little balls. And actually, they're grabbing like little sticky fruit from trees and they're throwing it at him. And he's like, "Hey, stop it! I'm busy."
We value our children here a lot. Definitely after the incident.
Seems strange to me. I never really had much childhood.
That's right. You're only 12. We'll find that inner child yet.
I was a grown man by 5.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at you. I mean,
He's laughing with you.
Exactly. You're right. It's just a funny statement. I'm like, anyway, go ahead. That's a different story. When you grow up in the inner city, I was grown by 5 as a different meaning. But yes. Do you all proceed to the river, or do anyone stop to see the men practicing in the fight pit, or the spear women?
Kind of want to check out the spear women, honestly.
Anyone going with Argus?
I'm gonna head on down to the river.
Okay.
Find me a tree and sit down under it. Take a little bit of a nap. It was a long night.
It's because you're old.
All right. Sagaricio, what about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna go down the river, clean up, and then you know what? I'm gonna take a page out of Archer's book and find a place to rest for a little bit. Maybe not take a nap, but at least rest.
Right.
While I'm leaning against a tree, I'll check in with Jane.
Sounds good.
Don't be surprised if any younglings are messing with you in your sleep.
They show true weakness when they're down.
But I think I will go pay my spiritual respects and then get washed up.
Okay. Aura, where are you and Remus going to go?
Well, I was kind of curious about the grove.
Okay. We can do them all. All right, and actually we will deal with the grove first. You're going to actually head with Argus for a bit because the path towards the grove is also in the direction of the spearwomen. But there is an obvious fork in the road. And so Argus, you're going to go and talk with the spearwomen while Aura and Remus are going to go towards the sacred grove. Once again, Remus is extremely quiet, but he is taking it all in. Every adult Volna, he definitely keeps a sharp eye out on as you guys are walking the path. You do see that he is actually quite anxious as you guys get a little bit further away from the village. Though the path is clearly laid out and well maintained. Every time another bird darts by, he's ready to strike. But
Man, you're jumpy.
I am a sentinel. I am vigilant at all times.
Called paranoid.
Talking to Aura through the communicator, tell him to use the book.
Have you looked at the book yet, Remus?
Your Grace. That is for downtime. Now is not downtime. Now I must keep an active watch. Vigilance.
If you say so.
As you guys get to the sacred grove, there's only one Volna here at the moment, as well as one human, which you thought was kind of interesting. The Volna, he is a panther type alien, and he's currently transcribing some of the symbols onto a holographic tablet, while at the same time he is saying a couple of his thoughts and insights to the human that appears to be his assistant. His human, she's actually tall. Most humans, you notice, they typically kind of top out around 6 feet or a little bit under. But for a Terran, she's closer to 7 feet. Her hair has been corn-rolled, though it's blonde, and it is in a very large braided bun in the back. But she too is currently transcribing notes onto a few holographic screens for this Volna. This beautiful grove is kind of set into almost a bowl shape where fallen trees kind of form a perimeter. At its north end is this stone, black, shiny, possibly obsidian. With that, various symbols are carved all along it. Inside is soft, short grass, along with various, very colorful flowers. Yet an obvious trail, as well as circles that have been properly maintained and manicured for people to either sit or stand. As you're approaching this grove and you look down at it, it actually almost forms similar to a tree. The south path goes up and spreads out like branches, along with another open area right before the obsidian wall, filled with ancient Volna symbols. Immediately, Remus leans over. I'll take the Volna. I think you can take the human.
Oh my god.
In case things
Why? Why? Just why? Why are you the way that you are?
What is wrong with the way I am?
Book yet.
We're not here to cause a fight. We're here to pay respects.
While you are paying respects, a fight may emerge. We must be ready.
Let's not, in our minds, set ourselves to picking fights and instead try to be present in the actual moment.
As you wish, Your Grace. He goes ahead and he takes in a deep breath. I am present.
Hi, President.
Very good.
Alloy, don't you do it, all right? So Remus like yelling out, I am present, kind of startles the Volna and the human. And a couple of the holographic tablets kind of disappear. And immediately she kind of jumps and gets behind the Volna. And the Volna, he looks at her like, it's over. Doesn't matter. And he immediately goes back to looking at the symbols and currently tracing them with his finger. Aura, what do you do?
My apologies for this one. He's still in training.
I am present. And with that, the human, she taps the Panther Volna as if like, come on, it's impolite to ignore people. But he's just continuing to trace these symbols with his claw and kind of mutter notes. But with that, the human, she just kind of rolls her eyes, adjusts her glasses. She's wearing white. It almost looks like she belongs in a lab from her clothing. But with that, she turns off her screens, kind of dries her hands on her sides. Oh, forgive me. And forgive him. My name's Brooke. Brooke Demir. And
Nice to meet you, Brooke. I'm Aura.
Aura. Princess Aura?
Well, I guess these days it's High Priestess. But yeah.
Forgive me, Your Highness. And with that, she goes into a curtsy.
That's sweet, but you don't have to do that. I'm mostly here to say hello to the local deities and pay my respects.
I see. Oh, well, you're definitely in one of the right places. Almost every village has its own sacred grove here on Val. It's really quite fascinating, especially since these areas tend to be somehow untouched. You may or may not know, High Priestess, that long ago Val was struck with a bioplague. A lot of vegetation and indigenous beings died. But these sacred groves were completely untouched, and we do not know why. That's currently...
Well, I imagine an easy explanation is that your gods love you, but I also imagine an argument can be made that if they truly loved you, they wouldn't have allowed that to happen.
No offense, High Priestess, I don't believe in gods and magic. It's a little absurd. We have Sorium and the ability to materialize energy into matter, as well as transition our minds and consciousness into the sim. Some all-powerful beings controlling things from behind the scenes. It just seems extremely scientifically improbable.
Doesn't it?
But that's merely my opinion. I mean no offense.
Oh, I'm not offended. It's a valid point.
Though you're not offended, Aura, you feel Remus being incredibly tense next to you.
Remus, take a breath. You stopped breathing.
I am present.
That's not his name. His name is Remus, but he's declaring that he is present in this current moment.
Well, you have your Remus, Aura, and I have Elzar of the Moonrock clan. He's been studying the sacred groves for a little bit of time now, and I'm his more recent assistant, and I see why the others quit.
Difficult personality?
Very. But one cannot question his diligence. So far, we have matched that a lot of the symbols of the ancient Volna that were used here do match up with the few hollows we were able to take of the Twilight Labyrinth.
What's the Twilight Labyrinth?
Oh, long ago, the ancient Volna seem to have used these caves in the mountains that they began to excavate and mine out to find precious metals that they used to create their weaponry. Seeing as how it's one of the safer locations because a lot of the indigenous and more violent life forms weren't able to climb up into the mountains, it became the home for the Volna for a very long time. They seem to have been digging deeper and deeper and deeper, and legend claims that they've reached the very heart of the planet itself. But the planet felt violated by the intrusion and kicked them out. The whole history.
Interesting. So, is there a story behind the name?
Seemingly. They were called the Twilight Labyrinth due to the type of mushrooms and moss that was bioluminescent that they used to ride along the walls. And even from a distance, when night falls, the entrance to the caves can still be seen twinkling amongst the mountains and mountain ridges.
Well, that sounds pretty magical. Does anybody use the tunnels anymore?
No, the Circle of Elders, or the Circle of Alphas, the government here is somewhat confusing, has currently prohibited any access to the Twilight Labyrinths.
Why is that?
Too many people were going in and not coming back out. Both Volna and other species alike.
Well, I guess that makes sense, but is there an opportunity for special access, or I'm surprised that that's not being used as a prison in that case.
So, given the great impression you have made with Brooke, please actually give me a persuasion roll with advantage. As you're inquiring about another way to access the Twilight Labyrinth, Brooke, she kind of takes in a breath, and you could tell that she knows something, but more than likely she probably shouldn't tell you. But you rolled an unnatural 20, and with that, she looks over to see Elzar currently lost in thought, and she kind of gestures you a little bit away from the sacred grove, just beyond the ring of trees that frame it. Elzar believes that hidden by most of the villages here on Val are secret caves that lead into the Twilight Labyrinth. That is actually, it's a network of caves that run throughout the entire planet.
And the tunnels were made by Val or by other creatures?
Seeing as how we've yet to discover one, we're not sure. But if you do come across a cave far from the mountains or mountain ridges that has the glowing writing of ancient Val within it, then we'll definitely know.
Interesting. How many people in the village are familiar with ancient Val?
It's a story that's typically passed to all the elders. Right now, there's an archer by the name of Manx, I believe. He seems to be one of the oldest in Gal Kahume. But good luck trying to get any information out of him. Can't tell if he's quiet around me because I'm human or because he's just laconic.
It could be both.
It could be. But also, don't tell anyone I told you this.
I'll take it to the grave. I appreciate your help.
Let me get back to work before Elzar gets even grumpier. But
where can I pray to Is there like a shrine? Is there...
Oh,
What it-
you see these little circles that have been expertly kind of crafted. These are places where the ancient Volna and even current Volna, they kneel down and meditate towards this huge block of obsidian. It is quite peaceful and serene here, and don't worry, I'll keep Elzar quiet.
Thank you, I appreciate that. And then I'm gonna go do the thing.
Most definitely. As soon as you find the proper circle and kneel down, Remus, he just stands a little bit away from you. Still tense. Still alert. He whispers over to you. As you meditate, Your Grace, I shall be watching over you. Do not be afraid. Now focus. And he steps away and just
I wasn't afraid, but I'm starting to wonder if maybe we should send you audiobooks instead.
I am perfectly able to... While you are praying, I will read this stupid book.
I think that is a wise use of your time, Remus.
But a single sentence, then vigilance. And then another sentence, and then vigilance.
If that'll help you retain the information, go for it.
And with that, he goes ahead and brings up his bracer and the hologram and begins reading. While you begin to kneel and focus and concentrate.
Does his lips move while he's reading?
Stop reading my notes. Yes, it is. Yes, they do. If you listen close, you can actually hear him like whispering the words.
Vigilance.
But Princess Aura, as you begin to focus and meditate and pray, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
The ghosts, they strike!
The DC is 15. With that, as your eyes close, as you begin to feel the energy reverberating off of the piece of obsidian, as you begin to hear the song of the planet Vol itself begin to sing to you, a wave of cold kind of washes away the normally temperate temperature of this world. And as you open your eyes, you find yourself no longer in the sacred grove, in a place of complete darkness. A blink, and all of a sudden, a green symbol appears to your left. Another, before finally it lines an entire cave it seems that you appear to be in. The side walls, the ceiling, all of it glowing green symbols, seemingly leading forward, while nothing but space in the cosmos is behind you. As you're getting your bearings, we're going to bounce to Argus. You available?
Yeah.
You said that you were no problem. You said you were going to check out the Volna that were training with the spears.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
As I am also a polearm user, I am intrigued.
I too am somewhat of a pole user.
Right.
Hey, I can be taken entirely out of context.
We do not judge your pole usage.
It's what he said, though.
Most definitely.
I'm somewhat of a scientist myself.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly the meme that I pictured in my head. Fucking Willem Dafoe. I'm somewhat of a pole handler myself.
Oh heavens!
He's not a Defoe. He's a defriend.
I'm your defend. I'm others' Defoe.
Oh boy, but yeah. Tell me, how do you start off? Do you start off by watching them, or do you try to mimic their movements? Tell me, what do you do?
Watch it first to see what the standard movements are, and then after that, I will try to mimic them and try to follow along with it. Of course, I'm not bringing out a weapon. I'm just going through the motions.
Got you. And so, with that, you see that their movements are precise. From vertical slices, diagonal, horizontal, thrusts, retreating movements, parries. All of them moving in sync, while there's another small contingent of them practicing their throwing. And that's when you realize that there is a line that connects from the end, or you could say the base or bottom of their spears, to their wrists, allowing them to both throw their spears and with a sharp yank, have it return to them.
Ah! Cute.
You're also able to see some, just a handful, about 6 of the more advanced students who are actually able to utilize their pole arms to perform various types of acrobatics and gymnastics.
Now, see, that's something I'm interested in.
We are talking about more than just pole vaulting. We're talking to the point of them throwing it into trees and then using it to rebound off of. Even teamwork, as they're able to hook the blades of their spears together and to begin swinging one another around and launching them with a centrifugal force. But you begin to watch and then mimic. Eventually, one of the trainers stops leading the class and tells them to run some laps. I do not believe you speak Volna, correct?
You'll have to give me a moment to double check, but I am almost positive that is a negatory, sir. I speak Terran, Dendusi, and Common.
Okay. But with that, all the commands are given in Volna, and you realize that they mean something. You just don't know what it actually translates to. But as soon as she walks towards you, she is actually a little past half your height, as a matter of fact. But she is a leopard type Volna. She looks you up and down, and then she smiles. Anyway, she finally stands to the side of you, and she kind of parts her legs so that they're shoulder width apart. She kind of stands at rest, and you realize this stance as like the beginning stance of most martial training. And
I will resume the stance beside her.
And with that, she smiles and she nods. And then immediately, she takes the first position with her left foot forward, right foot back, arms a little bit above waist level, as if she is holding a spear for you to mimic.
I continue following the stances.
All right. And with that, she draws her arms back, and then she thrusts them forward as if she is stabbing with a spear. You do so?
I will continue the movements right now. I am following her exact motions as best I can.
Awesome. Go ahead and give me a dex check.
Could acrobatics work instead?
No, acrobatics cannot work instead, but do use your proficiency bonus because you are a trained soldier.
Well, okay, it's the same rule as my acrobatics then. Or athletic. Oh, well, if I could use athletics, that'd be even better, but still, I can do a dex plus proficiency.
Weird.
You know what? I don't think I'm going to need my inspiration for the rest of the night, and I don't want to disappoint the master. Because that'd just be tragic. Oh my.
So, your first roll was a 6. You used your inspiration. You got a 9.
I got a 9! Yay!
And with that, she actually smiles again, and she kind of kicks your leg out a little bit more because it was a little bit too far in.
Yep.
But then she goes ahead, she feels your arms. She goes, strong. Good. Who you?
Argus. I travel with Brave Stride.
Oh, Brave Stride. Rylan?
Rylan, yes. I am a member of his pack.
Oh. Good. You train?
I train. I train in all forms.
Name?
Argus.
With that, she taps her chest. Delara.
I will bow to her.
And with that, she goes ahead, she lifts you back up. No. She goes ahead, she puts her hand on your chest. You, Argus, pack, family. Then with that, she goes ahead and she taps your crotch.
Oh, whoa, okay. Slow down there, miss.
You, boy.
Debatable.
Sorry. It's,
Eunuch.
all right. And so now she looks kind of confused.
I'll point at myself. Ashen Forged. No boy, no girl.
And she still looks confused. None?
None.
Wait here.
Yep.
Delara, talk to Elder.
This isn't going to be a problem, is it?
You no boy, no girl. Problem.
No, Ashen Forged.
And she goes walking towards this kind of this hill / ledge. Just kind of just juts out in the middle of the village, and there's an extremely old tiger striped Valna just sitting on there, legs crisscross applesauce, arms tucked in front of him.
So what? I'm being persecuted because I'm non-binary? This is fucked.
Non-binary Ashen Forge.
All Ashen Forged are non-binary. We don't have the junk to be either.
I'm not a real boy.
I'm a non-nary.
A non-dairy. With that, a few of the other female Valna, they kind of stop their practice and they kind of gather around you, and they're all kind of like looking at you and they're like patting your crotch because they overheard everything.
I'm trying to keep them away from that. It's uncomfortable.
Goody, they're all pulling a Goku. Wait for one to just kick you there.
Mm-hmm. Finally, one of the female Valna that are doing the more advanced training, she's actually a white tiger striped Valna. She just kind of yells out some command, and immediately the other ones leave you alone and go back to their training. And now this one, even though all Valna have the face of felines, for some reason she's like missing tufts of fur. You can tell she has scars, and she has the grumpy cat face. Like, she is not amused at all by anything you will ever do in life. And immediately she looks you up and down, and then she gives you a spear. And she points towards one of the trees that have a painted on target.
I guess I'm chucking a spear.
She got her arms crossed like, impress me.
So, thrown weapons are strength. So,
Yeah.
17.
Woo! Very close to the bullseye. All right. And you go ahead and you just chuck it, and it flies clean through the air and lands just about an inch or so away from the bullseye. And with that, Grumpy Cat just kind of nods. Gives you another spear. A few of the other Volna actually begin clapping.
I'm going to point to the target on the tree.
Grumpy Cat nods.
Okay.
The original woman that you talked to, Delara, she's made it to the elder up on the hill.
Exclamation T does nothing, as it turns out.
Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, up on the hill, you hear...
14. Wait, who's laughing at me?
The elder on the hill.
Oh, okay. Well, I still hit the target, at least.
You definitely do hit the target. All right. Anything 10 above hits the target. All right, but yeah, this one's a bit further off. The laughter kind of threw you off. But with that, Grumpy Cat nods, sees the Delara returning, and pretty much leaves, gets the spears, and just doesn't talk to you for some strange reason. Either way, Delara returns. Argus, you can watch. No train.
Very well. I will respect that.
And with that, she kind of nods. Even she seems a bit disappointed.
But when they go back to doing their forms, I am going to summon Final Wish and start actually training with weapon.
All right. And so she goes over here and she begins training them, and immediately you go ahead and materialize Final Wish to your hands. And as you do so, those that were not training and looking your way immediately like, oh, ooh. Telvin within Final Wish is like, what's happening?
Be quiet.
Are they all female?
Be quiet.
They're looking at us.
Be quiet.
Wave hello.
No.
Don't you embarrass me. Wave hello.
Embarrass you? I'm just going to straighten back up and be silent.
Are they still looking at us?
Be silent.
One of them does approach you, and she's looking at Final Wish. Tell them the sentience within your halberd. He tells you mentally, they cannot resist me.
My gaze slowly moves over to the glaive I'm wielding. The what?
Oh, I said halberd, didn't I?
You did.
Okay, sorry. Glaive. Glaive. But either way, tell Vin, he goes, I'm shiny.
I'm just going to ignore him from now on.
Yeah, but with that, one of the Volna, she comes up toward you, and she's like looking at your glaive. And she asks if she can hold it. Yes. Yeah, put me in her hands. Put me in her... Argus. Argus,
I will
I don't ask for much.
Go into a polite stance and say, no, this is my sacred weapon. It would be dishonorable to let someone else handle it.
Tell him in your mind, he tells you, I hate you so hard right now.
I am sworn to this weapon. I must respect it as best as I can.
You are not respecting me, Argus.
You should fuck up.
She just wants to hold me, Argus.
I don't want to hold you, but I'm stuck with you!
I want to be held, Argus. She has furry paws, Argus. I want to feel the fur. Your hands are cracked and dried, alright?
I'm fucking chucking him at the goddamn target. I don't give a shit.
Go ahead, roll the attack. I don't like your rough hands, Argus.
There you fucking go, you little bastard!
Nat 20!
I just needed to be motivated.
Don't you throw me away, Argus! No! Ah!
Watch the tree explode.
Yes, it goes in one end and out the other. All the training stops as you just pretty much obliterate this tree, right? It's now like kind of tipping over slowly, just. And immediately, like all the Volna, they stop and they start clapping.
I'm just standing there like in a huff, being like, "Oh," and I will bow before all of them, slightly embarrassed and yet surprised myself. Jesus Christ! Some of the comments are just getting hilarious. I mean, Steven saying, "Oh, they're hungry." Let her hold it was another one that I see.
Right, but yes, and so do you summon Final Wish, aka Kelvin, back to your hands, or just leave him stuck in the tree?
I'm gonna let him sit there and pout.
Okay. But yes, with that, the rest of the Volna, they clap, seeing as how they've never seen anyone do something like that before.
Ah! Just fucking blow up a tree with a melee thrown weapon.
Yes. But and with that, we're actually going to get over to the river. Do not worry, Aura. I have not remembered. I have not remembered. I have not forgotten the situation you find yourself in. We will get back to you, Aura.
Aura, you hear something explode nearby.
Yeah, all the trees take off. Yeah, all the trees take. All the birds take off.
Oh my God, they're ants. They were alive.
Shh! Stop reading my notes. Okay,
Not anymore.
but not back at the river. Brave Stride. You're standing at the edge of it right now, and a little bit further. I don't want to say to the south because you're facing south. You're facing the river, and the river is actually flowing. Looking at my map, it's flowing west. Okay, a little bit further west, you do see a bit of a beach area, and a lot of the Volna are out there just kind of sunbathing for a bit before they eventually move over to more shaded areas. But Archer, you do find yourself a nice, beautiful tree. The leaves and branches are positioned just right to provide you shade. The only question you need to ask yourself is, do you want to just lay on the ground at the base of this tree? Or would you like to use one of the many hammocks that are actually available? Some are occupied by Volna, some are, of course, unoccupied. Some Volna are transitioning from some of the rocks where they'll just lay out and just be bathed by the sun, and when they get a little bit too hot, they'll switch over to one of the shaded hammocks.
Walk up to one of the hammocks,
Mm-hmm.
look it over, look at the closest walnut.
Mm-hmm.
Is this taken?
He goes ahead and kind of opens up an eye, and it just kind of rolls over.
I'll take the hammock.
Mm-hmm. You go ahead and hop into it, and it swings a bit, and oh, it hugs you just right. The swinging is peaceful, the sound of the river, the kids playing, and for some reason, you know how kids are, they're trying to drown themselves. You don't know why, but either way, it still adds to the ambience, as well as a few birds that are up above. And
Right.
as you're looking, you see the branch that's immediately above the hammock. It looks like the Volna have added thorns to it so that the birds won't land on it.
Good idea. Good thinking. I'll get comfortable and fire up the communicator and check in on Jane and the kids.
Well, it takes a moment, but it does connect, and Jane goes, "Where have you been?"
Delivering our cargo, got paid. Now I guess I'm supposed to have dinner with some of the elders here in town. Be back as soon as I can.
I'm expecting a plate.
Yeah, we'll make something happen. Kids do.
Well, aside from that, we are also, you didn't pay the docking fee.
No, that's taken care of. You just let me know if they haven't released it.
And with that, you hear her tapping something. Huh. Well, you always had a way with words.
Yeah, I know. How do you think I got you?
All right, we're not going to go there. Anyway, on to other business. The spaceports are empty. and I don't like that. I tried talking to a few of the other captains before they took off, and they're just encouraging me to leave as well. You know anything that's happening?
There's some scuttlebutt about some discord going on. Haven't seen any outward manifestations yet, but yeah, do keep all sensors on alert and keep the engines warm.
How long do you think you're going to be?
Not real sure just yet, but shortly after dinner, I suspect.
So you'll be back tonight then?
Maybe. Depends upon how dinner goes. You know how these things can get.
I'm expecting frequent updates, as is our daughter.
Kitty!
Yeah.
And with that, she goes ahead and you see her kind of go out of frame and pick up, Jill. And Jill is wearing like a Volna onesie. And so, of course, so she has like the cat head hood and everything. And
Isn't that racially inappropriate?
I
Probably made him my like this.
Fuzzball.
yes, it is white with the kind of off-white spots and everything. And like so Jane goes ahead and picks up your guys' daughter Jill, and she's just there with her arms out, and she is like, "I'm a brave star." Rah.
Rawr.
Where'd you pick up the Volna kid, honey?
It was made. Apparently, Free has a way with the sodium generators and sewing. Apparently, so
Oh, good. So the kid's got some skills. Is he helping you keep her entertained?
with that, she kind of turns the holocam, and he's wearing a a yellow panther one, and he's just like waving like, "Yes, I'm a part of this."
Being free is no, he's free, is it?
The door slides open. Nathgar comes in, and he's wearing a big white tie. He's wearing a big tiger one. He goes, "Jane, for some reason I am not getting enough power. Captain Archer." He goes in, he starts taking off the hood and starts unzipping the onesie and whatnot. "You did not see this."
Let's see what.
"Exactly. Can you tell your wife to give me more power for my combat simulator?"
You can run on minimal power for now. We need it for other things. We might be leaving quickly, if you catch the meaning.
"I need more power to recreate the fight with NASCAR."
You can do that at a later date. Final word.
"Fine, Captain." And with that, he goes ahead, he walks off. He still has like the onesie like around his waist though, so.
Don't trip.
And with that, he quickly hits the button and try to close the door. And Jill's like, "Isn't he so cute? He's the biggest tiger thingy I've ever seen. He's a tiger lizard."
Yeah, you got your real pussy cat on that one.
Mm.
I do not consent.
I gotta go. Click.
Right.
That, no touchy.
I was getting there, but he hung up the phone. Sagaristio. All right, you have made it to the river. There are Volna kids playing, some adults swimming. You did spot Archer climbing into a hammock, and you can tell from the holographics that apparently he's communicating with the Astral Horizon. Tell me, Sagaristio, what are you doing?
Well, I do need to clean up myself, because yes, apparently I am a little bit covered in viscera and other things, so...
One last little thing.
Mm-hmm.
Before it's all said and done, capture an image of Nathgar in the fuzzy outfit and forward to every one of the crew.
I do not consent.
Yes, Nathgar, the Matokai lizard man inside of a tiger stripe fuzzy onesie.
Just The caption LOL.
Anyone skilled in AI art generation, hook us up with that.
I'm almost terrified to see what anybody who commits to AI generating art for this is now, especially after the previous scene.
Most definitely. But Sagaristio, are you going to jump in the river and get cleaned up, or are you going to do something else?
Oh yeah, no, I'll probably jump in the river, because I'm gonna need to not only clean my clothes but clean myself.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. And so you go ahead and you take a dive, and luckily enough, it's only about 6 feet deep or so. So there's really no need to roll. I'm not going to be that petty with it. But after you dive and you come splashing out of the water, almost like it's a scene out of Little Mermaid. Your dreadlocks go swinging off, arcing water overhead. You do see some of the other female fauna. They're rising up out of the water, looking at your muscular, though Promethean perfect form aside from your arm. Especially since Sagaristio looks very similar to old Earth's, what was it, Jason Momoa, right?
Yep, Jason Momoa.
Definitely. And so with that, you do notice that there's a trio of Volna women that are just coming out of the water. They're wearing a pink and a blue and a yellow bathing wear. And they're just kind of giggling and not pointing us so much, but you've definitely caught their attention. A pair of male Volna, they come splashing out the water trying to do the same, but it doesn't work. And they realize that you're kind of taking the attention away from the girls. And one of them, you can tell this guy's kind of young from his form. He goes sloshing up to you. So what you doing here, Taryn?
Oh, what I'm doing here? I'm here for a big old celebration dinner with Brave Stride.
Oh, wait. You know Brave Stride?
I do.
Is he here?
Yeah, he's somewhere. Not sure where he ran off to, but he's around here.
He goes ahead and he looks. Brave Stride, are you trying to hide yourself or anything? I just want to know.
Literally, like, finishing up.
Okay. He's
He's
like, I'm just going.
Are you doing cat things?
As you look over and see him licking his arm in a tree. No.
Oh, licking his arm. Thank God. Okay.
No, I'm nearby, watching myself in the river, man, real quick, and so I don't know how this guy not seeing me, but yeah, I'm here.
Right.
I'm not gonna say shit though.
He doesn't see the white fur cat.
Yeah, because the cat, he
the fucking albino of the tribe isn't being seen.
Yeah, because he was really stepping up to Sagaristio, getting ready to do something, right? And then all of a sudden, Sagaristio mentions Brave Stride. He's like, "What is he here?" And he looks over and he sees you over there, rinsing off your arms.
I'm not here.
And he goes,
I'm pretty
"Oh,
lean for a Mauna.
Oh, well. So you're like his driver or something?"
Ooh.
Yeah, more like his engineer.
Wait. You're not part of his pack, are you?
And what if I am? And then that's when I'll step a little bit closer and I'll stand a little bit taller.
Right, and he was getting ready to puff up his chest, but then he looks over and he still sees Brave Strides over there cleaning himself. Whatever.
Hey, Saggy, if you want to punch him, you can.
Oh, what? Mess up his perfect fur? Ah, why would I do that?
It's the Mauna way.
I mean,
good.
He looks
I
over,
could-
he sees the women
I
there
could-
staring.
could skin him instead.
Sometimes
Pretty
it's just fun to hit a kitty. I was gonna say something else, but I am trying to keep this PG. Our naughty nights are for Tuesdays.
Right? And so he goes, "Oh, you want to punch me? You want to go?" And immediately he kind of backs up a little bit and he stretches out his claws and kind of gets hunched over and like he's getting ready to do something when all of a sudden the arrow just lands between the two of you.
That's
Watch it
me.
plop it into the water and watch it float.
Oh no, it's just sticking straight out. You don't know how. Arrows are not supposed to be this long.
Using an addle.
I'll flick it. So it makes a little twang.
Mm-hmm. And with that, the Vono, he goes ahead, he retracts his claws, and he just dives into the water.
Good meeting you too.
Oh, the young ones are like that.
You know what? That honestly doesn't surprise me. I've been noticing a very similar pattern with Terrans.
And with that, the three Vono women, they kind of gather together, and in their broken Terran, they're trying to say hello and how are you doing?
Uh-huh.
Tag, you interested in them?
I mean, I'm not specious, but
Yeah, one's
Not
checking
exactly
out
it,
your
that sort of thing.
cybernetic arm, the other one's checking out your Ganicky arm, and another one's looking at all the scars and wounds on your back.
Oh, this is annoying. I'm just gonna look at him and give him that deep growl, like the fuck off growl.
Right. And with that, they see it and they just kind of dive into the water to get away.
very
Sakaristia,
people here.
Brave Stride.
They're all hussies.
Wow.
I hate to tell you, bro, but your village is full of them. I mean, how many were trying to touch my shaft, even though they know it's artificial? Actually, especially when they know it's artificial.
Our population's on the decline, okay?
I can't help with that.
Yeah, that's why you can't trade.
Oh no! It makes sense now. I'm not a real boy.
You're Pinocchio, man.
It's a non-binary Pinocchio.
I'm a non-nary.
A non-airy.
I'm not a real boy.
Also, Brave Stride, even though Argus wouldn't know, you do know that the spear women, they're known as the Ma Galfi.
I'm not gonna remember any of this, so when I get to that point, I will ask you again.
No problem. Right. But yeah, so, but tell me, Brave Stride, what do you and Sagaristio talk about while it seems as if Captain Archer is resting peacefully in a slightly swinging hammock?
Well, I do before the feast gotta get Umbra anointed in our traditions.
I hope he doesn't look at the
Oh, what kind of traditions? I'm guessing old Valna traditions?
Yeah. Go make peace with the land and ask for the guidance of your next shots, you know, the good hunt.
Aha! Is there anything that you require that I could help you with?
Oh, you could always go through it yourself. You are a pack member. You might even get the speaker to mark you.
Mark in what way? Like tattoo marking?
No, I think you could get a tattoo. I mean, I have fur, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, it's not tattooed, but they do mark the fur with bloodberries.
Yeah, we
Boots with the fur.
we use berries, that type of paint, like yeah.
Oh, well, depending on where it is, I wouldn't mind actually putting it on permanently later on.
Yeah,
The kind of ink that I use is obviously a little bit more fluorescent, as my tattoos are pretty much glowing.
Mm.
well, I can lead you to the grove. I will call for Umbra, and we'll all go through our things together.
All right. Oh, that sounds like a plan, but I'll just let me finish getting washed up here. And at that point, I'm gonna call out my little drones, my micro drones.
Mm-hmm.
Do the deep clean process to finish off.
Oh.
And I'll get that nice piney smell.
Ah, the piney smell.
Yes, with a hint of Old Spice.
Excellent. But so, Sagaristio, Brave Stride, you guys get cleaned up, and now you're going towards the hunting grounds, effectively. Or were you going to go towards the sacred grove?
Is that my understanding? That's where the spiritual stuff's at.
Yes.
The traditions that we have to do. As I am the one of the Valna that believes in the old ways but uses tech.
Yes. Most definitely. After you guys get washed up and get free of the river, of course, eyes are upon you. Do you guys let Archer know what you're about to do?
I'll send him a text.
Okay. Aura, you available?
Yep.
Most definitely.
Not sure if you guys are reading any of the comments, but they're fucking gold.
Yeah. Most definitely.
I'm going to quote one, and I'm not going to say who did it, but we passed PG two soft cores ago.
Oh, trust me, it gets way worse. But Dark Lovely, Aura, we get back to you as you find yourself within this dark tunnel, lit only by the glowing green markings. Behind you, endless space. Ahead of you, a corridor that leads to the unknown. What do you do?
I go forward.
As you do so, for some reason, a bit of fear begins to well up within you. The glowing symbols upon the walls begin to move and shift. Eventually, they begin to form the outline of, it looks like Vona, armed with spears, knives, swords, shields, bow and arrow, as they too are traveling along the length of this tunnel with you. The further you go, more of the tale is told, as all of a sudden silver sparkles, gold sparkles, diamonds, rubies, valuables, riches begin to be found. As deep within, the symbols turn from green to purple and begin to outline what looks to be mushrooms. The Valna begin to consume the mushrooms, and they go from the green Valna to now purple Valna. The green and the purple begin to fight and war. They both go deeper and deeper, you beginning to follow them.
It goes for
Before finally, both the green Valna and the purple Valna turn red. Ahead of you, in the deep darkness, there's a roar. The type of creature you've never heard before. The roar itself sounds almost as if it's in stereo, coming from two different locations at once. The more it roars, the more the ground and walls shake. The more the shake, the more the Valna, both the green and the purple, begin to turn red, then black, and then the symbols fall apart. You feel the presence of something approaching, getting closer, reaching. A hand the size of a spaceship fills the entire tunnel in front of you, reaching for you, getting ready to grab you before finally your eyes open. You're back in the Sacred Grove. You have a notification on your HoloLink. It's Nathkar in a pajama with the text that says LOL.
Well, that was a delightful thing to come to.
Said everybody who got a positive message after an acid trip.
I don't even need drugs, man. I got my brain.
What are you talking about? Your brain is nothing but drugs.
Got my brain
I-
ready to beat magic.
Your brain gives you all the drugs.
Mmm.
Nice.
Serotonin.
Definitely.
Thanks, brain. You're the best dealer. You're free, but very unstable sometimes.
And so with that, finally, Remus, he turns to you. He puts away his hollow book. He puts his hand out towards you, and he has this smile on his face that looks like he's in pain for some reason. Like he's trying really too hard to smile, and he's keeping that hard eye contact on you. Hello, how do you do?
He made it through chapter 1.
You good there, friend?
He brings back up the hollow real quick. I am fine. How are you?
Okay, so with etiquette, you still have to be your authentic self. You just are adding some layers to make yourself a little bit more appealing. So as an example, some people like to say, "Hi, how are you?" Other people like to say, "How are you doing today?" And other people like to use more formal language or more casual language. So be authentic to yourself, Remus. Those are just guidelines. You don't have to verbatim quote the book.
I'm sorry, but hello, friend just broke all fire.
I think I smell food.
I wasn't expecting that response. Hello, friend.
And so, with that, he goes ahead. I see. Salutations, Princess Aura, High Priestess Aura, the grace of the Kesh. It is an honor to be in your presence today. Then he looks back at the hologram. Then you realize that he seems to have lost his place and he's trying to find where it was. What is a
Damn,
hot
you're
species
infernal.
like... Wait, I got this. What is a hot species like you doing in a place like this?
Oh my God, Remus, please stop.
Wrong chapter. Wrong chapter. He skipped some.
He goes, wait.
Social skills for
Oh, no, Your Grace, I apologize profusely. I shall leave you to your meditations.
Okay, I'm gonna reach out and I'm gonna grab one of Remus's hands,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna grab both of my hand, like both of Remus's hands in my hands, and I'm gonna be like, I need you to look me dead in the eyes right now. Look at me. Are you looking?
I am looking.
I need you to take a breath and probably forget everything you read from that book.
Hi, present.
All right, and so with that, he takes a breath, and immediately he brings up the hologram, and he starts hitting the delete button so hard, right?
I'm gonna Control-Alt-Delete this bitch.
Ah,
I appreciate that you gave this an honest, genuine effort, and we will revisit this at another time. But I will settle for you at least not the bare minimum is not openly being hostile to people and not insulting people for their class, rank, or species. Do you understand? That's the starting point.
I understand, Your Grace.
I can work with that. That's great. Just not insulting people is a great step forward.
Then how am I supposed to address these fuzzy natives?
By
Sounds
whatever
like
they
that.
call themselves.
Maybe call us Val? No?
Yeah, definitely not like that.
And so, as you guys are having this conversation, Brave Stride, you and Sagaristio are coming up to the sacred grove. You got given your hearing and abilities, you guys heard everything, right?
Including the tree exploding.
I did the little finger things. Hey, hot stuff as I walk by.
You are addressing the grace of the Kesh, and she will not be addressed as so.
Yeah, she's one of my pack members. You, on the other hand, have a lot of work to do.
Are you saying that I am not a member of your pack?
Do you want to be a member of my pack?
Or are you saying I don't deserve to be a member of your pack?
Yes,
you're
you
in
should
the right
work
to
on
be a member of his
deserving it.
pack.
I'm saying that you should be honored to have me as a member of your pack.
My pack members don't hate me.
You hated me first.
What the hell is wrong with you?
I am fine.
I swore to your own god that I will slap the shit out of you.
I think he's just mad because his greeting to the princess didn't go over so well. He's
You
feeling
heard that?
rejected.
Yeah, I think he's crushing on her real hard. Is that the right way of saying that?
I am not. I am the Sentinel Rebus. It is my duty to protect her body, her being, herself.
Let's see. There's an old Terran word for this. Simp.
Ooh.
What does
think I've heard
simp mean?
I mean, you've got the HoloNet. You can look it up. It's
You
old
might wanna
Terran.
Look up how not to simp.
I shall not look this up. I have already needlessly read a book that has not served me well.
Well,
That's
that's
an honest
because you're a
try.
bad student.
I think as
Ooh.
if this being called a simp, you mean to use it for ill, but I shall use it for good.
Yes,
Oh,
let
good-
him. Let him.
Good simp? Yes, you know what?
Right.
Do that. I want to see you prove me wrong. Do it.
Take back.
Oh,
take
yes?
it back.
I
Take
see you
back
are
the
siding
phrase.
with the hated Volna here. Fine, then I will. Your Grace,
So do you,
Princess Aura, High Priestess, I simp for you.
oh,
Immediately, you guys hear the Terran scientists go, wait, what?
And Argus is cackling from just down the hill.
This is going better than I thought. I'm going to the Sacred Grove.
Remus, you have just experienced peer pressure. How does that feel?
I will be the best simp there is. I shall excel in all simpness.
I mean, he has a pretty good start on it already.
He's fluent in simp.
And as soon as I master being a simp, I too shall be a simp for the pack.
Yeah, yes,
Me.
our white knight simp.
I
So
like
you'll
the
be
sound of
devoted
that.
to the pack?
I will simp for the pack, of course.
That is a mighty devotion. I love it.
I am the Sentinel Remus. I am all about devotion.
Oh god, he's the Simpinal. I think we can add that one to the counter.
The Simpinal. We developed a new class, Alligator Alley Games. Make it so.
The Simp.
This is the Simpinal.
Oh, dear lord.
heavens. Okay.
Number one, make it so.
Esper Genesis 5e RPG group on Facebook. I'll be expecting a
are-
post. Okay. Oh. Woo, okay. Composure.
I'm sorry, that basically wrote itself.
They kind of did. But with that, the Terran woman there, she finishes collecting some of the items that they had brought out to analyze the wall, and immediately the panther-like Volna, he is leaving the Sacred Grove, completely not paying attention to anyone as he is going over some of his findings. But with that, the human, she puts the backpack on, and she's getting ready to walk past everyone. She goes, "Oh, there's more of you." And she looks at Sentinel and just, pardon us, we have to leave. And eventually she sees you, Sagaristio, and she just kind of stops for a moment and stares, and then her eyes advert, and she goes, "Aura? Others?" And she leaves, though she does take another glance back at the group. before she leaves.
He was totally eyeing you.
With that, the Sentinel Remus goes, I know.
No, not you.
She recognized my simpness.
You recognize how much of a simp.
Exactly. That's why she was looking at me.
His mastery of simp.
He's taken to this role very well.
He has trained his entire life to be the Sentinel Remus.
Well, let us go get our meditation anointment done. If anyone else wants to go through it, where's the speaker?
All right. And so, typically the tradition goes that you will find a place, one of these little circle patches that have been cut out and manicured for you to kneel and to meditate. And then the speaker, for some reason, just kind of magically appears. At least that's what they told you when you were young. As an adult, you know he just kind of just shows up.
Yeah. Usually out from the tree, from napping.
Yep, exactly. All right. It only takes you a few moments before finally he does kind of just appear. If you guys want to actually spot his arrival, it will be a DC 22 perception check. If you so want to make it.
I gave up on this like years ago.
Right.
I'm going to do it for shits and giggles.
All right. Oh, you decide to go to the Sacred Grove after a little bit of watching the training?
After I blew up the tree, yes, absolutely.
Most definitely. Oh, also, do you have Final Wish in your hands, or have you put him away?
I'm putting him away.
Oh.
He does. He will not influence any more decisions tonight. That pervert.
You're supposed to share him with the female Volna.
Oh no, I am not. Ain't none of them handling that shaft.
Alrighty. Okay, but yes, so you're the last one to arrive, and by the time you do see that Brave Stride, he is kneeling in one of the circles inside of this sacred grove, and I
want to get Umbra anointed in this too.
Oh, cool. So you summon your phase beast?
Yep.
Awesome. She asks, is there food?
She asked for what?
Is there food?
There will be.
She takes a moment, but eventually she appears next to you. And as soon as she does, she stops. She looks around. She squats down low, and she is like, "What did you do? Where am I? Where are you?"
We are home.
Right?
What the hell is on the ground?
Right? And immediately she just takes off and runs up a tree.
Everything's alive!
Come back here so we can go through this process. You get to eat all the food and you can explore.
She goes,
with me
everything
around.
smells alive here.
It's great, isn't it?
No! Everything is moving! I don't like...
Baby,
wait, there's a bird.
breathe
There's a
in
bird.
and
There's a
take
bird. Hey, shh, there's a bird.
Come here.
It's mine.
Come here.
I don't know why, but I must kill this bird.
I swear to...
I can get it.
I swear there will be no more gumbo for
I
the
can
rest
get
of
it,
your freaking
Rylan.
life.
I'm almost there.
No.
It doesn't see
I
me
swear
coming,
to all
Rylan.
your gods, I will stop this.
I will not make you any food.
You see Umbra leap from this branch, and the branch that she landed on trying to get the bird is way too weak to support her weight. It breaks, and you just see Umbra hit almost every little branch on the way down. She's fine. But I mean, pride-wise, no. But physically, she's fine. But with that, she lands hard, both on her paws and on her side. And after taking 2d6 points of emotional damage, she comes waddling back towards you. Stupid bird.
Maybe if you start listening to me,
But
we won't go through this.
It was a bird.
And I will teach you how to hunt a bird.
You don't need to teach me how to... I'm more cat than you are.
This is true, but you also grew up in a lab.
She just lays down,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
tail wagging hard. You can tell she's annoyed. With that, finally, this gray-furred Volna is just there in front of the obsidian stone. No one really knows how long he's been there. But he looks down. He sees you riding Brave Stride. He sees Umbra, your phase beast. He looks over. He sees you, Aura. He sees your protector. He looks quizzically at your protector. He looks back at you, riding Brave Stride, and walks up to you. He's using a walking stick.
That he probably doesn't need, but still uses.
It is adorned with over a dozen little bells. And every time he steps, it just cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. You are Rylan Bravestride. You have traveled far, yet you have not found what you seek. What do you seek, son?
Answers.
You must connect with the beast within. Then you will find the answers without. Brave Strider still able to communicate with Umbra, who can't wait to tell you that he smells old.
I know.
I want his stick with the bells.
No.
And with that, the old speaker, abandon your technology. Bring back a branch horn for the feast. Use the old ways. And he walks off. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Over to you, Aura. You are pack mates of Brave Stride. You
I guess so.
immediately. She is Princess Aura, High Priestess Aura, of the Kesh, the grace of the Kesh. The old Valna looks up at Remus. The top of his walking staff with the bells kind of begins to glow a little bit. Are you attempting? He taps Remus, and Remus just disappears.
Hey, you didn't hurt my friend, did you?
He is fine. He shall return shortly. You have been touched. by
Sir,
the
I have been touched.
The crucibles, they call to you. They wish to use you. A great destiny awaits you. Do not be afraid. And with that, he walks away. Eventually, you kind of hear from high above. And all of a sudden, Remus comes falling out of nowhere, and he stops about a foot away from the ground right next to your Aura. Then the green energy that's kind of surrounding him faintly fades away, and he hits the ground. How dare he! He immediately, Remus, he gets up, materializes his sword and shield. Old furry.
I'm gonna hook my arm through Remus's, and I'm just gonna say, so here's your next lesson in social etiquette. Humility is a lot more appealing than needlessly flaunting one's status.
He has assaulted me. Does he not recognize how much of a simp that I am?
No, I think he recognizes that very thoroughly, and I think that's why he did that.
Remus,
And
you
laughter,
could've-
just like best day ever.
Remus, you would have been dead if you wanted it.
He is an old cat.
And he was the reason why you didn't splat on the ground.
I shall find this out myself. Old cat!
This whole encounter has been simptastic.
Yeah. Remus, I would stop. He's probably lived at least 9 of your lives.
Probably
No.
9 he would be done by now.
Let him continue.
Anyway, with that, Umbra's, she's like up on her hindquarters, just standing with her chest out proud. And Brave Stride, you're able to hear Umbra. She tells you, no, let this happen. Let this happen. Remus is going to catch the bird. And with that, Remus, it is for sake of honor and dignity. And with that, he stomps off. Old cat! I challenge you to a duel.
I want to see it. I want to see this end poorly for him.
And so with that, the old gray cat, he stops and turns around. He stabs his staff into the ground. It jingles. And the old cat takes off his robe and flexes like he's been a bodybuilder for at least 30 years straight. You didn't realize you could see veins through fur before, but now you realize it's a possibility. And so he effectively just like flexes and bulks up on him. And Remus is like, huh. I did not know you were slouching this whole time, old cat. It makes no matter. And with that, Remus goes and charges the guy. Shield up, sword out. The first slash goes wide as the old man moves with unnatural speed, ducking the move. He was getting ready to claw him directly into the ribs, but closed his hand at the last minute. You guys actually heard a weird crunch of armor, and you actually see Remus go up on 1 foot from a shot to the ribs. Remus still continuing the assault as he goes for a horizontal slash, to which this old man easily ducks it, kicks away Remus's shield, backhands Remus on the side of the head, and drops him. Anyway, Remus immediately is trying to scurry to his feet, but unfortunately the old man gives him another Spartan kick, and it allows him to slide back amongst the rest of you. Remus,
Glad you didn't touch his tail.
anyway, Remus gets up with this weird paw print and impression in his chest plate. But there's something wrong with that cat.
So what have we learned from this?
Yeah, there is something wrong with that cat, Remus. He lifts more than you.
Brave Stride, seeing as how you're in this communication with Umbra, your phase beast, the only thing you're able to hear within your mind is
Silence? Finally!
But with that, Remus gets up and he actually lowers his head and kind of bows towards the old man, who is slowly getting his robes back on and getting hunched over.
He's mastered simp lesson number 1. He's the bitch.
And with that, the old Vona gets retrieves his staff out of the ground and flicks Remus's shield towards him. Remus he catches it and puts it away, and he goes back to your side. Aura, I have underestimated this old cat. Old Volna. See, I am present. I am learning.
Good job.
It's too bad it takes damn near brain damage to do that.
I am unable to have my brain damaged. My armor is too thick, as is my skull.
I'm actually going to tap the paw print on his chest and be like, you sure about that, bud?
I shall wait for you beyond the sacred grove. I see that there are no threats here. And Remus goes and walks off, and you see he has a slight limp.
He's trying to walk off like there's nothing there, but he's like, ow.
My everything.
But
My sciatica is acting up again.
after that, you guys realize that the old gray Volna is gone now. Tell me, what do you all do?
So I'm supposed to go hunt with a bow and get a horned branch?
Branch horn, effectively like deer and elk and stuff like that there. But they call
So
them
an
branch
antler.
horn.
If you want, I could go with you. I technically don't use technology. I murder things with my mind.
I do need someone to hold my guns.
You might as well hand them here. I'll hold on to them.
Wonderful. I'm actually intrigued by this idea of a standard hunt.
Oh, let us go get the bows or spears.
I mean, he said abandon the technology, but I'll hand him my combat knife. Like, this is technically as simple as technology can get, besides bows.
I have my 2 short blades. I could gladly. You know, it has been a while since I've just hunted with my own hands.
There you go.
I will take the knife. I am no fool.
I'll hand him my knife. Here you go.
As a survival device, this is quite crucial.
That's why I always keep one in my boot.
Short blades or claws? I'll
Does,
decide when I get.
Archer, are you going to participate in the hunt, or are you going to enjoy yourself in the hammock, just swinging and enjoying the dancing and the music and the Volna playing?
You're probably hearing the sounds of maybe a couple of hundred lumberjacks right now.
We shall contact Captain Archer. Oh, is that snoring? Oh, no, that's
No,
a
that-
fart. That's a fart. Nope. Cut comms. Cut comms.
Is that snoring? No, it's called sleep static.
Sleep static. Ah, I like that. Most definitely. And so, Remus is going to accompany you guys, but he will not be taking part in the hunt. He is merely there to ensure the protection of Princess Aura.
Wait. Raylan, am I allowed to wear armor during this hunt?
Traditionally, no.
Very well then. I start stripping from my gear. I do have natural armor as being an Ashen Force. My body is just naturally tougher than most.
I mean, I was gonna wear my armor. He just said I had a hunt. Without tech.
But do we not want to do this right?
Yeah, so the actual, so it goes in levels actually. In the first level is, of course, no armor, the loincloth, and weaponry. But that is for like beginner level. Then once you grow into a full mature Volna, you're supposed to be able to do it without any weapons and just claws and fang.
I have neither claw nor fang, sir.
Well, this is a Volna tradition.
Here's my armor. I'm only going to be able to move faster.
All right.
I'm actually designed to wear armor, so I will be moving at the same pace.
I don't think I'm actually hindered on my speed.
No. Well, see, that's just it. I'm not actually hindered at all by wearing medium and heavy armor. I'm actually designed to be carrying a fuckload of plates.
Nice.
Now,
It
I'm
really
also resistant to disease and poison. So, you know what? Let's go archaic on this one. Or what's the term? Aztec. Let's go Aztec.
Okay. So then, you guys have to track the branch horns, and I do need survival checks.
Okay. Survival is 3.
And
for
this
me.
will be a group check since you guys are going as a group. So I need you all to roll, and we will find out what happens.
Would this be considered a beast?
Yes.
He's got advantage. Well,
And so with that, you guys leave the Sacred Grove.
hey, he makes up for all of it.
And at first, you're taking it all in. And Brave Stride, actually, I need you to roll again for Umbra, please.
Okay.
You did bring your phase beast, so she does count as part of the group. Though Remus is not looking at all for that, so he doesn't care.
I need her stats.
Okay, that's where I sent them
thought
to you.
I thought you did too.
It's all right. These things happen.
+5.
Yeah, you could definitely roll with a +5 for right now until we bring him up for the sake of time.
I mean, like this.
Has advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on hearing or smell. She's doing a survival though, so wisdom +1.
Then I suppose at the level it'd be +4 with advantage.
Just go ahead and hit a D20 +4 for right now.
Okay.
But yes, you guys head out. It is interesting because you're able to see so many different colored birds, but
Oh, some bitch. 21.
the tracks for the branch horn have been found. The tracks have been followed. You do notice that it being the middle of the day, the leaflings, effectively plant-based bats, are currently asleep in the trees, and for all intents and purposes, they look exactly like just huge leaves. They just happen to be hanging upside down off a branch instead of outward. But when the night comes, or when an eclipse happens, they will awaken, they will fly, and they will feast. Also, along the trees, you do notice that, depending on its location, it even changes the color of the sap. On certain trees, the sap leaks and oozes out and becomes this hard amber. Some gold. If you find it by a blood bush, the amber is red, and the light is able to play through it, almost as if it was glass. You guys continue to follow the tracks, and in the far distance, somewhere between 80 and 90 feet, it was almost mistaken for a tree. You do see your prey. A mighty branchhorn. This is a large-sized creature. And currently, it is just grazing. Right now, I need group checks. I need group stealth checks as you guys attempt to close the distance.
My one weakness. Oh no, sorry. Being social is my one weakness. This is just not a strength. I forgot. Words are my weakness.
Where passage in space.
I am not being helpful with these rolls at all.
Average being finicky.
We
Only when I get angry, she's been helpful.
Everybody likes you when you're angry.
I'm going to use an inspiration on Umbra.
Okay.
Well, dare I say, to Avray, rawr! Holy shit! I got a 17 on stealth.
Whoa!
Rawr!
So we got an 18 for Brave Stride. We got a 17 for Argus. We have a 22 for Umbra. We do have a 3 for Aura. Not really trained in stealth, but we get it.
Yeah, let's see what I do, because, yeah, took off all the armor and all that, so
Well,
this will be
technically, she
interesting.
has advantage on her thing. But she can keep that roll.
Yeah. And
You know,
a
that's not bad.
15 for Sagaristio. Okay. Looking at the passive perception for the branchhorn. All of you, moving with the sway of the tall grass, manage to close the distance to you're about 30 feet away from the branchhorn. It has not been made aware of your presence. At the moment, I need everyone. Well, first, someone give me a scene break, and I need everyone to roll initiative. For right now, especially you, Brave Stride, you recognize that You are currently in the Sin Kuhume, the wood, the forest, immediately outside of the village. This is also the hunting ground for the branch horn, or sometimes the incursion of cackle hounds. Also, every now and again for kids, for glow mice.
They sound radioactive.
We be quick. We be fast. We get
They
out.
glow in the fucking dark.
I got a 5 for the initiative for Sagaristio, Princess Aura, Argus, Brave Stride. I need those initiatives.
They're
They're
there,
already
bud.
there.
Oh,
Aura got
I
a
need
total of 20.
15.
I got a total of 15, and Raylan got 17.
got you. I apologize. The scene break came afterwards. I thought it was just Saga. Okay.
Well, he did the scene break, and then it was Tonto, Dark Lovely, myself, and Raylan. So it might just not have loaded on your side yet.
That probably is what the case is. There we go. Now I'm able to see them. Awesome. Woo! 20. Impressive aura. That also means you're the first to do something. So far, its head fully adorned with seemingly branches. It lowers, takes another bite of grass, brings itself back up, and it looks about, very alert. What do you do, Aura?
Psyblast!
Nice.
Brain freeze, bitch!
Mind freak.
All right. And so immediately you begin to concentrate, gather up the psionic energy within you. Through your eyes, this beam of purple energy immediately emits and strikes the branch horn directly in the head. 15 roll damage. Anyway, 7 with that, it lets out this weird bleat and it rears up. But that's just your standard action. You still have a move and a bonus. What do you do? But right now, it's rearing up as you went ahead and pretty much stabbed it in the brain.
I'm just gonna get behind the nearest cover, which I'm gonna go out on a limb and say is probably a tree.
Most definitely is. Fine by me.
Oh,
all right. You
that's
go ahead
funny.
and move sideways to take cover behind a tree. Are you going to do anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Most definitely. With that, Brave Stride, you and Umbra, what are you two are going to do?
Oh, we're gonna do this awesomely. She's gonna go in and pretty much grab like what a phase beast does, teleports in, grabs onto them.
Most definitely. It is horrible what these things do. All right, but yes, Umbra's +3 on that attack, and I finally got the stats here. I remember the page finally.
He also shared it on his character page, too.
Oh, who knows?
It's only a challenge rating quarter?
Yeah.
Huh. Jesus. I do not want to run into a pack.
What sucks at this?
I'd like to point out I'd never want to run into a pack of these things.
Wants to run into pack.
Hey,
Okay.
you stop that! You stop that right now!
Stop reading my notes. All right. And so with
Stop-
a
stop
natural
taking
one,
notes.
that of course I stop taking notes. What's wrong with you? All right. The GM, of course I got to take notes.
Bullshit. You can do like me and just improvise everything.
All right, Brave Stride. Not used to really hunting a creature like this before. Umbra's going purely on instinct, and she dashes over and immediately just leaps up out of the grass and overshoots the branch horn.
Yeah, it's alright.
And it would be, but there was a steep hill on the other side of this branch horn.
She teleports, that's fine.
I know, just letting you know. But what do you do, Brave Stride?
Well, I guess unarmed strength based, right?
Yes.
I fucking suck in. Yeah, well, I guess it's my turn to fill the gap and fucking miss too.
All right, so you definitely rush up.
Sir,
Mhm.
you have an extra attack.
Oh yeah. Also, it's
Did you mark your target?
not yet, but also it has it. If I remember right, 1 second here.
It has yet to act.
I gotta check this real quick. Yeah, it has yet to act, right? So I get advantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're effectively surprising him at this point.
So roll. So still on my first take. So this is still
Wow.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Watch it, 3 in a row. Here we go.
It's good. You you have another roll because or is it only your first one that you get advantage on?
On your first turn, you have advantage on attack rolls against creatures that have not yet acted.
Then you still have advantage on this.
Oh my! I've still got a fucking base.
Let's see.
Oh, that.
Oh!
Oh!
You shut your whore mouth!
Finally.
Now I have to go back to my claws because it count as natural weapons.
Yeah.
It's okay. Thank you for actually getting in position because I'm going to flank the bitch. I'm going to go for those hind shanks.
The way I kind of thought is I ran up, jumped on it, like what a jaguar would do, and just bit into it, claws
Yeah.
in.
Oh, okay.
Rawr.
Yep. It's not a grapple, but you definitely got in and started to rake it with your claws and bite into it. Roll that damage.
I'm trying to figure out what my damage is again. I think it's like.
Oh, right.
It's probably D4 if I'm not stupid. Which,
No, I think you're right. I think
I've been wrong before.
Yeah, it's D4. Plus my strength. That's fine.
It's okay. I've got a knife.
Not knife.
Yep.
Is very nice.
Slash damage. That's what it is. Yeah. All right. What is that damage?
It's
3.
fucking
3 points.
Okay, and you definitely start clawing into it. It's still up onto its hind legs and it's kind of kicking with its front as it's trying to kick you off. But
Sir, that leaves it perfect for some crazy gray-skinned asshole to come sliding in and go stabbing it in the shanks.
you name yourself the most interesting things. Go ahead, Ashen Forge Argus. What do you do? I'm assuming. Go ahead.
Well, so for my move, I'm going to try and make this as cinematic as possible. I am
What?
literally going to use my movement to barrel roll into its legs as it's standing on him trying to fight him off to knock it down, and then go into a murderous stabbing spree in its ass.
Okay. Okay, go ahead and you have it. That's ridiculous. It's a brilliant idea. Go ahead. You have advantage to your acrobatics to go ahead and try to tumble into his legs.
20
Cinematic
plus-
advantage. Go for it.
Okay, if I'm not mistaken, I do actually have proficiency in acrobatics. No, I do not. It's just a +1. Thank God for advantage. 80. Ugh.
Now, this is the contact of legs.
18!
You do barrel into its legs. All right, and now I actually, since the goal is to trip it, to have it fall over, now we actually hit the part where it's going to be opposed strength. Yes, you still have advantage on this per our homebrew cinematic advantage rules. Oh, wow, this thing's stronger than I thought. Okay, let's do this.
Is it strength check or strength test? Do I get
Strength-
proficiency with it?
It is strength check. And so far, no proficiency, because who the heck trains to professionally roll into things and knock them down?
I don't know, some dude who's professionally bred to be a killer?
You don't kill things by doing a barrel into them. Just
Sir,
No. He is trying to kill them in the most effective ways possible, and if that means barrel rolling into deer, it's barrel rolling into deer.
thank you, Tonto.
I appreciate you sticking up for your friend. No, it's a straight girl. Go ahead. Oh! The branch horn has tumbled. All
Now
that,
it's tough.
all of that counts as your move. You still have your standard, all right?
So, I'm going to tell you right now, I am action surging during this time.
Oh, heavens.
4 melee attacks. What advantages do I have for it being knocked down while I stab it in the ass multiple times?
You just have advantage since it is prone and you are not.
That is 4 attacks at advantage.
Roll them all, please. Okay.
I planned on it. 4d20 plus 6. Nope. Plus 6. Space. ADV. Murder time. Banana. 16, 24, 24, and 13.
Huh. They all hit.
Yay! Exclamation R.
If I recall, this is all stabby in the butt, right?
Yes. I'm murderizing its hindquarters.
Yes.
I'm leaving the branch horns for my friend. I'm bringing the beast down, or at least making sure it ain't walking again in its life. So 4d4 plus
Oh,
Let me
12.
worry about you.
Oh, you're using the knife, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's 1d6.
Awesome.
Oh!
Look, it's fine. It's fine, all right? It's fine.
Well, can I re-roll that and take the better result?
Yes, you can at this point. Yes.
4d6 plus 12.
That is same.
Wow,
They're
it's
the
the same.
Wow! So that's 27 points of damage to its hindquarters.
Argus, would you like to explain to our lovely audience how you murderized this branch horn from the rear?
Well, since we've decided to go full savage in this one, as I slide into it, crashing into it with my full weight, my towering 7-foot-tall figure, causing it to fall down here, as it throws Raylan to the side, I turn around and I lunge and I stab repeatedly, and pulling myself further up amongst the creature up until I finally stab it in the heart, and it's bleeding and thankfully quickly miserable existence.
You guys have bagged yourselves a branch horn.
As I lift it up by the hindquarters, I did it!
Respect your kill. Respect your kill.
Oh, sorry, I drop it.
All right.
What was more disrespectful, picking it up or dropping it?
It's all right.
Yes.
I don't know the ways.
Yes.
With that, Umbra, she finally teleports back. Now is upset.
You totally overjumped that, Umbra. How do you do that? Do you even know how to cat?
Of course I know how to cat. Do you know how to cat?
You clearly didn't go over an edge.
No one told me there was an edge there. It moved.
And I'm gonna let them have the conversation. Clearly, they're upset.
And with that, Umbra goes over, and she actually begins munching on it immediately.
I'll smack her.
No! Mine.
Not this one. Not yet. We gotta cook it. We gotta make food out of this. I know you sometimes like things raw, but not right now.
For some reason, I just want to rub my face all on it. I don't know why.
I understand. You'll get past it.
It smells horrible, but I like it.
Start. All right.
What happened to the back of it?
It got shanked. Okay.
Does your
Repeatedly.
gray friend know that is not blood on his arm?
I'm not telling him.
Make sure he doesn't touch my piece.
I'm gonna go over and start petting the kitty. Aw, you gave it a good try. I'm gonna use the hand.
Okay. Well, since you done did it now. You done did it, all right. Okay, as soon as you go to touch the kitty, you're going to have to make a melee attack roll. Its AC is 13. It does not want to be touched by Poopy Hand Argus.
That's a 16.
You still manage, and immediately hisses and takes a swipe out of you.
Who's a cute kitty? AC is 13.
AC is 13. All right. And with her claw, she is +3. All right.
Ha!
And with that, you go ahead.
Who's a good kitty? Who's a good kitty?
Brave stride. You
She's too
he touched
grossed
me.
out to function.
Right. He touched me with the nasty hand. He touched me with the poopy hand.
She was so eager to go munching on it. That's adorable.
She hisses at you again, Argus, and teleports away.
I feel she's a poor sport.
Yeah, you have shit on your hands.
You know that happens when you kill things, right?
Yes. I am very clearly aware of this.
Well,
Mm.
perhaps you should carry the feast back. It would be inappropriate for me to be handling it much beyond this point. I will go wash up.
Sounds good.
But with that, as the smell of
Who's
the
a
fresh
good
kill is kind of permeating throughout the area, in the distance, under the shade of the trees, you do hear.
Let's go.
As you guys go
Hell.
ahead and drag the branch horn back to Gal Kahume.
I would probably do like the native sled, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Make it easier, you know, the two stilts, and just put some branches over it.
Most definitely. It took a little bit longer than you anticipated because some of the branches and leaves actually were homes for leaflings. Yeah,
To be honest, Sagi and I could probably just manhandle it back on our own. I could even just use one hand that's not covered in shit.
This will prove that I participated in the hunt and not just took out the ass end of a branch or horn branch.
I mean, I was watching it all. I recorded it even.
That
I know
we're
they said no
witnesses.
technology.
He
I
has
know
a
I-
heart. He has
I
a
know
heart
they
to
said-
fulfill.
I know they said no technology, but I didn't technically do anything to it.
I just observed.
Exactly.
Most
Let us
definitely.
go feast.
Beautiful, beautiful. And so, you guys make it back to Gal Kahume. As you guys are returning with the kill, all right, more and more people are happy and smiling and cheering. All right, some of the Volna are a little bit jealous. It was like, man, Brave Stride was just here for like a few minutes. He already killed something. Right, but
Yes, Brave Stride killed things.
all right, you do see the spear women. They are seeing Argus kind of covered in a little bit of
Everything.
everything. All right, and they nod to you in respect. Manx, the archer, he comes down from his heel. He looks at the kill. He squeezes your shoulder, Brave Stride, and smiles. Looks at your claws. Looks at Aura. Remus, Succarustio, and then at Argus. Looks
Sorry,
back
like he's the dirtiest out of everybody.
looks back at your claws, Brave Stride,
He did good.
and with that, Mengsi just pats you on the chest. Strong pack. He turns around, he puts his hands up, and everyone stops doing what they're doing. We feast! And immediately the music is just brought up to a beautiful crescendo, and the drums are going, the dancers start filling the areas and the roads and whatnot, and people begin putting down stuff and clearing a way for the branch horn to be cooked. They got the spit going. They're coming out with these huge plates full of bloodberries and various roasted small birds. I mean, the place is set. The smell is great. The finest of barbecues, both smoked and mesquite and other types of these scents that almost defy verbal description. But with that, as all of you are seated in places of honor, as throughout the gathering Volna, most of them happy because they also too share in the feast, for in this village of Yalkahume, though there are separate packs, they recognize that the only way to get through life is together. The meat is shared. All the roasts, from the branch horn, even those from the roasted leaflings, juices, wines, made from the various multicolored amber, and even the kids who are enjoying their glow rat nuggets. They all feast and toast to the brave Stride Pack. And with that, we are going to bring tonight's session to a close.
Because he's hungry.
You are correct, actually. All right. Most definitely. But that concludes another session of Esper Genesis. We hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And join us on our next live session that we do Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I want to thank my players, Alloy, Master Draco, Dark Lovely, Tonto Tomahawk, and Typhoon 44. Also, don't forget to follow me on the various social medias, all the on Facebook at Cobalt GM's ttrpg zone, on Instagram at cobalt.gm, and on TikTok at Cobalt GM5. Feel free to give me a comment, something, also feedback, and thank you for reminding me. I almost forgot. There was something I was supposed to put into tonight's adventure, but trust me, it will show up next week. Until then, have a good night, and remember, let's level up together. Bye!
Signing off.
Bye-bye.
See ya.